So today me and Aidan's going to be unboxing Thermaltake's the Tower 100 Turquois Edition. That's a mouthful. What?
Over here.
Over there? We're going to unbox it over there, but I want to unbox it over here. Can we unbox it over here? Aidan said it's okay. Can you say hi to everybody, Aidan?
Hi.
Alright guys, we'll be back after this. Get this box open. So before we actually unbox this tower, let's just talk a little bit about it. First off, the name. It's called Thermaltake the Tower 100 Turquois Edition. Yeah, it's a mouthful, and it's also a mini chassis. So it's made for a mini ITX build. There is a larger version of this, a full ATX size case that you could fit a lot of components in. So the price tag on this usually is about $120. Sometimes you can find it on sale for about 95 bucks. I bought this one on Amazon. I think I gave the 120 for it. Now Thermaltake is a brand name you all should know by now, and they make some very cool cases. Close to Inwin. Inwin's probably my favorite of all because they really go above and beyond with their cases, taking a regular rectangle and trying to make it different. It's a vertically designed mini ITX case. That means it's made for the motherboard to be put vertically, well, upside down basically, or to the side. You'll see in a moment. It's made for the graphics card to go up and down. It's got panoramic viewing, meaning it's got 3 tempered side panels, well, the front, the 2 sides that are 4mm thick. It comes with 2 pre-installed 120mm fans, one at the top and one at the rear for exhaust. It weighs 6.1 kilograms or 14.5 pounds. You dropped this grape. And it fits a standard power supply around 180 millimeters in length. GPU size, it says don't go larger than 330 millimeters. Yeah, 330 millimeters I wrote down. So you can still fit some pretty good sized components in this case, even though it's mini ITX. So let's unbox it, see where our front I/O is, see how thick the glass is, and just take a good look all around. And it's also pretty modular from what I've read. So we're gonna take a look at how modular it truly is. Are you ready to open this box up? All right, me and Aidan's gonna open this. Oh no? You don't wanna open it? Me and Aidan's gonna discuss if we're gonna open this or not. So cast your votes now down in the comments. Should we open it or not? Do you got to vote? You can't vote down anymore. They got rid of the thumbs down. Alright guys, when we come back, we're going to unbox this. Let's unbox it. Whenever I unbox something that may have glass in it or a lot of parts, usually I'll open it from the bottom and let it slide out. But this time I went from the top, which usually I don't like to do. But what's smart is to open it fully. Try to get your hand over most of it if you could. Do a complete tip over. Like this. You ready, Aidan? And be careful because things could fall. Alright, there we go. It comes packaged pretty well. It's got some good foam on it. It's wrapped up in a very thick plastic, so you shouldn't worry about getting any scratches on the case in shipping. But let's start taking these side things off. Yay! Can you help me? Good boy. So here it looks like we have our user manual. That's about it in a little baggie. We'll put that off to the side. And Aidan's gonna do the unveiling, so everybody pretend like they can't see it. What does it look like? Give me a high five. Wow, guys. Good job, guys. All right. So the cool thing about your dust filters are they're magnetic. So they'll just stick on. Put this on. Put this on. It goes right here. Put it there. So easy. A 3-year-old could do it. So Aidan, what color is the case? What color?
It's black.
No, not this. What color is this?
Blue.
Yes, it's kind of a blue.
A trail.
But it's like a green.
Trail.
Yeah, it's a turquoise. So as you can see, it's not as big as you would think looking at the box. I'm also considering doing a full custom hardline tube build in this case. If you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know down in the comments. And next video, it'll probably be just doing a basic build with an AIO. And if you guys do want to see a full water-cooled custom loop build, let me know in the comments and I'll do one. But again, this video is just showing what the case is about, how modular it is. Second video will be a basic build with an AIO. Then we'll think about doing a water cooled build. Let's start taking it apart. Well, the top up here, if you look at the top, at the rear, you're gonna see two arrows that are pointing this way. What that means is you click down and then this will open. So they're like spring loaded. It's pretty cool. And then up here should be our stuff. Yes, it is. This is our stuff. And then we're gonna have some stuff. Let's see what this is. See what this is. That should be our front panel connections. So let's see what's in here. We're gonna get some zip ties. These should be our motherboard screws. So motherboard screws, zip ties, and pretty cool, we get a speaker. Now, for those of you who may just be getting into PC building, you may have the convenience of motherboards nowadays where they have LED lights on them to tell you for troubleshooting, or they have the numbers on them to tell you 08 is RAM. Just throwing that out there. I doubt it's 08. But back in the day, we had to rely on either testing each component one at a time with one we knew worked, or a speaker. So every motherboard, even modern motherboards, I don't care what motherboard manufacturer it is, there's gonna be a header on there for a speaker. You plug this speaker into that header, it's gonna beep. Now, if you had the old Optiplexes or old Dells or older computers, you may remember them beeping after you press the power button. And if your computer didn't start and you got like 2 long beeps, then that meant, I believe that was RAM. So that's where a speaker could come in handy. Before the LEDs, before the digital readings, we had speakers. And this speaker came in very handy. I still have a few of these, and I even have one on my main board that has a LED readout. I still like the speaker because I can hear what it's doing as it's starting up. For P.O.S.T, power on self-test. So during the power on self-test, it's gonna test the CPU, the RAM, everything's talking, saying, hey, what are you? Who are you? Are you here? Yeah, what are you? How much are you? So they're all speaking to one another, and that's what the P.O.S.T is. And that's where it's good to have a speaker, an LED, or a code readout. But this is pretty neat because this is the first case I've seen in a long time, if any, to actually come with a speaker. So that's pretty neat. I think a lot of mini ITX motherboards do not have LED troubleshooting lights or the digital numbers. I don't think I've seen most regular mini ITX, but yeah, if any, actually. I don't think even like the high dollar amount ones even have it. Huh, pretty cool. Good on you, Thermaltake. What's in this bag? I have no idea what this is. So there's these things right here. I don't know what they are for. So for front IO, you have 2 lights. One is your power and the other one is hard drive to tell you that it's actually reading or whatever. You actually have a reset button. I haven't seen that on many newer cases. A headphone microphone jack, 2 USB 3.0s, and a Type C. So if your motherboard has a Type C header on it, this case supports it. Again, mini ITX motherboards, you're probably gonna have to dish out a pretty penny for one that's gonna have Type C. You can't buy adapters, so if you wanna use the front and you don't have one, you can't buy the adapter. So it was time for Aidan to take a bath and take a nap. He's gone for a while. We're gonna try and get him in back at the end of the video. I am very surprised at the size of this case. I thought it was gonna be a little bit bigger. I'm actually very happy with the size of this. So it doesn't come with a power supply like most mini ITX cases do. You can have a 180 millimeter standard size power supply. So our front panel, let's see, we got our HD audio, there's our USB, this is our Type C. This is our Thermaltake fan. Let's see which one it is. So it's a Thermaltake TT-1225. There you guys go. And then we have one more at the rear, right behind here, that are very tight. So those screws are pretty tight, so I'm gonna bring out my tool set. So it looks like Thermaltake's taking a page out of NZXT's guide because these screws are super tight. Hey, and they're captive. That's pretty cool. So you don't have to worry about misplacing them. Boom. There's your fan right there. I'll spin it because we're all OCD. So we have a grommet down here for pass-through. We could pass through our power cable, our 24-pin, what have you. Looks like this comes off also. So the motherboard tray looks like it comes off. So the motherboard tray actually comes all the way off, which I think is pretty weird. This is where you would fit some SSDs. This ain't the whole motherboard tray. So this is the back. Okay, pretty cool. So the motherboard does not, from what I see here, does not mount to this part right here. This is where your SSDs will go, your HDDs will go, fan. So I guess this would come off to make getting to the back of your motherboard a lot easier. So if you're trying to change your cooler for some reason, you don't have to take the motherboard all the way out to get to the back plate to say you need to change the back plate. So that's pretty cool that this actually comes off and on. So this should be for your power supply. You're gonna bolt this to the front end of your power supply, slide this in, and then put those screws back once it's in there. At the top of your case, there's gonna be 4 holes. And you're gonna need to get yourself a Phillips screwdriver. You're gonna wanna go in there and start removing those screws. After that, pick this up like so. It's just gonna come out just that easily. I took out an extra screw. You might need to take out that screw. Now with that out, your panels should just slide right up and out. So on the back side of your panels, there's gonna be these hooks. So you're gonna slide up a little bit and then straight back out. Now your side panels, same thing. Up and out, and on these panels on the sides, you're gonna notice you're gonna have more screens. These come right out like so, very easy. And that's all there is to it. Take out those 4 screws on the top. The top should pop right off after that. They're not clipped in, they're just screwed in. The top comes out, slide them up, take them straight out, and those are your panels off, and now you have room to build. Let's keep diving in and let's see how much more we can actually disassemble. If you look right here on this side, there's these 2 trays. These are SSD trays, and right on the top, I'm not sure if you guys can see, there's 2 Phillips screws. You remove these and the tray will come out. You put your SSD in here. It's got a big opening down here so you can actually fit your SATA and your power. So you have 2 of those. And then don't forget the back panel that we took off earlier, you could fit more SSDs. You have these filters at the bottom. If you want to take these ones off, there's a little clip. You just squeeze the clip, they pop right off. This one slides right out. So you have more filters at the bottom. You have more filters behind here, and behind here, and behind here. If you remember me saying at the beginning of this video, those are exhaust fans. There's no intake fans. What's gonna happen here is these cracks are all gonna draw air in, and then those are gonna help take air out. But we'll check thermals in the next video when we actually build in it and see how thermals actually are in this case. Right here are your 2 slots for your GPU. As usual, these are the Phillips. Your expansion slots, excuse me. You're gonna remove these. You're gonna need a screwdriver unless you got some very strong fingers. Earlier, we saw these pieces that I didn't know what they were for. Well, right here on this side of the case is where your graphics card is going to be. And if you don't have something really large, then you could take this. You're gonna see there's holes in the back for the 2 pieces that stick out over here. You're gonna stick those in there and push that down, and it's gonna fill in the gap. So if your graphics card does not take up all that space and goes all the way down, then you could put that in to fill in the bottom gap, so it's, you know, just more full. And then this one would go over here on the side. Again, those two clips that are sticking out go against the back towards the motherboard tray. Put it in there and slap it down, and it's going to completely block this in. So if that gap bothers you, you could throw these in there. So this is my Corsair 650 CXM, whatever they're called, CX 650M, but this is a standard size power supply. So of course you take your faceplate like this, you put it up against the back like this, make sure the screws line up, screw them in like so, then take this and shove it in. So yeah, that's a standard size 650 watt power supply from Corsair. Oh, and don't put it in fan up. You're gonna wanna go fan down, sorry. So fan down, there you go. At the bottom, you're gonna see there's more thumb screws. Again, we're gonna need a screwdriver. We're gonna remove that screw. And once you remove the screw, straight down, remove. Let's take the rest of these off. Once those are off, look, straight down, off, straight down, off, and that's the bottom completely open. Taking those off before you build would actually help a lot. Reason being, you could get down here, bring your wires, move them around, you know, you could get down here and start doing things, because these wouldn't be in here either at the time of, you know, actually building. So let's get these out. And look how much room you have once all those panels are completely out. And there's even more screws you could take out and go more bare bones than this. There's screws up here at the top, so you can completely take the top off. So if you decided you wanted to go with some type of more custom thing, they actually made it a lot easier to take this off. So let's take a look at all the parts. I'm gonna spread them out here so you guys can see all the parts that could come off that would make it easier to build in this case. These aren't all the parts that come off completely, because there's no reason to really take this top piece off. You're not gonna need to if you're just building in this case. Maybe if you're gonna be going with a water-cooled build, hardline tube, maybe then you might wanna take the top part off, maybe. But again, if you're just doing a basic build with an AIO or not even an AIO, this is all you'd need to really remove. So that's disassembling the Thermaltake The Tower 100 Turquois Edition. I like it. I think that the modularity goes a little further than necessary, I believe. At this point, I haven't built in it. But I believe that at this, what's already out is a lot, minus the 3 tempered side panels. I didn't have room on my small table to put them. But that's everything that you should need to take out to actually build, in this case, comfortably. As someone who's been building computers for a while, who's built, you know, 1 or 2 computers, large, tiny, water-cooled, air-cooled, I think that they did well with this size. I like the color. Let's just get that out of the way. The turquoise is very nice. I like this color a lot. I would definitely go with white parts with this right here. Maybe some chrome, or maybe something just to throw it off just a little bit. And when I say a little bit, maybe just a hint of purple or something stupid like that. But just a splash of it, just to really get this color to pop. If you are going with the turquoise edition, then you should be looking to make it stand out. GPU wise, I'm sorry, get whatever you can. I already know the situation, so I can't tell you. Get an all white Strix card. If you have any questions, you have any recommendations, let me know down in the comments. If I could provide it, I definitely will do it. And don't forget, as usual, down in the description, you will find links to everything in our videos. Also, there's always links for an iFixit set down below. That's going to go through our Amazon affiliate at no charge to you guys. And that's it for today's video. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm very interested to see how this actually does with airflow and how it is to actually build in it. So if you guys are excited as I am to see how that goes, definitely hit the subscribe button down below. And I will see you guys on the next one. Late.